Bring the champ out here.
Ronda!
I'm gonna make it official right now. The first ever UFC Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. And I'm presenting her with her belt. And I'm announcing her fight. In the UFC, February 23rd at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. She'll be fighting Liz Carmouche, and she is the main event. Anybody have any questions? No questions? Oh, Ariel, okay.
Well, I have two questions. One for Dana first. Obviously, a lot of the talk has been about the Cyborg fight. Why isn't that the first fight?
I was that was obviously the fight that we wanted to make. We wanted to do that at 135 pounds, and we worked hard to make that fight. I believe that this fight will happen, and then I truly believe the next one will be the Cyborg fight. So this fight first, and then Cyborg will happen.
At 135.
At 135 pounds.
And just out of curiosity, why Carmouche, not McMahon or H.E.A.T or any? Why her in particular?
Let me put it to you this way, without you guys know how when you ask me these questions, I tell you the truth. You know, and a lot of people don't like the truth when I say it, but that's who wanted to fight her.
Okay.
People aren't, believe me, people aren't kicking the doors down at Zuffa to fight her.
And just one follow-up for Ronda. First off, congratulations on the moment. Obviously, you really wanted the Cyborg fight. Obviously, this is very exciting for you, but is a part of you a little disappointed that the first fight is not against Cyborg?
No, it's going to happen eventually. You know, I can't make these girls fight me when I want them to fight me. And, you know, I got a lot of respect for Liz. She's the only one that really stepped up and said she wanted this fight right now. And it speaks a lot to her, and you know, when the other girls come around, they actually want to come to the big show, they know where I'm at. Is that it?
Showdown Joe.
Hey Ronda, first things first, congratulations. Obviously a huge step for the world of women's mixed martial arts. Dana and I have gone back and forth about women's MMA for years, so it's kind of nice seeing a woman up there with a UFC belt. Can you?
It's heavy, I put it down.
Can you talk about what this means now that you are, like, this is officially the face of women's MMA, and what this means for all the ladies out there that want to aspire to be champions like yourself?
You know what? It's funny, like, I never get nervous for stuff like this. I didn't even know about this till this morning. So, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to make of it. It means a lot, and I feel like we have a lot to prove at this event, and no one's going to be disappointed, and I think that the women are here to stay, and we're going to prove it.
That's right.
All right, hello guys.
Oh, I had a question for Ronda. I just wanted to ask Ronda, what did you make of Cyborg's announcement that she could make 135 after so long of saying she couldn't make 135?
I wasn't the least bit surprised. I know she can make 135, and so does she. It takes her a little bit while to realize that this is the only option that she has, and it took her a little bit while because I don't think she's not that bright. So when she does, you know, sit down and think about it and whatever, then we'll actually have the only fight that really makes sense. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right, we're gonna.
Pretty much, I don't know.
Is it easy for you to get excited for this Liz Carmouche fight?
Yeah, excited for every fight. I can't wait. Can't wait.
As a person.
You know what? I respect Liz a lot. I think that she's an amazing fighter, a really tough chick, and I, especially, you know, her stepping up to take this fight, it's awesome. And you know, I told her, I was like, after I beat your ass, I'm down to take you and your girlfriend surfing. You know, you guys can go.
How stoked will you be fighting at home in Anaheim?
Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh, hometown like that. It's like, this is a dream come true, it really is. Like, if I had to ask for everything that I ever wanted, like, this last 2 years would have been it. So this is like, I feel like the ending point, not the ending point, but a crescendo to a lot of it. And I know this is not not the end. It's very much the beginning, but it's still like it's surreal.
Congratulations.
Did you expect this to be a main event fight? That's what you were planning?
I expect.
Did you? Like, have you expected that your big fight is gonna be?
I expected to be winning UFC belts as main events a long time ago. So yeah.
Did it take too long, or is it just these things are processed?
This is probably a lot faster than would have been reasonably expected, but I don't really expect reasonable things very often. So I don't know. I think it's really funny that when me and Misha were supposed to fight, she was going on and on how I deserve to fight her, and now she doesn't want to fight me. And I think it's also really funny that Sarah McMahon was telling all these people that I was running away from her, and then she turns down a fight for the UFC title. I mean, come on. These girls talk of a really big game, but they don't really want to come into the cage and fight me. So I'm here, I got this. If they want it, they know where I'm at.
How many turned down a fight?
Yeah. What?
How many girls turned down a fight?
How many girls turn out? Dude, since I started, it's been like that. I mean, like, even the amateurs, he had 7 people. For this? I don't know. Ask him. He's the one doing this stuff. I only hear grapevine stuff. So, you know.
Ronda, what are your thoughts on coaching season of Tough?
I think they would be very, very cool. Whether
Do you
it
want
be,
to coach the men or?
you know what? I don't know if it would be more fun coaching the men or the women. I think it'd be really great for people to see a woman coaching men, but I think it'd also be a really great platform for women fighters to have. And I think it'd be hilarious to see my coach lose his mind having to deal with other girls because you know, I don't really give him that much trouble, but I can't wait for some girl to come up to him and be like, I have cramps, coach, I can't fight. You know, I would just love to see his reaction to that because he would lose his mind, you know. So that would be entertaining, and so they would both be entertaining. I'd be down for either.
Dana, thoughts on that? Are you open to something like that?
What's that?
Would you be open to something like that?
Yeah, I obviously, listen, she's a world champion. What do you see on Tough? You see world champions as head coaches. Listen, I'm in, man. I'm sold, so.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
No. I'm very hard to date. You know what? If a guy was too intimidated to ask me out, then it's probably not the kind of guy I want to date anyway. So it saves me the time. What? Would I? It would be very difficult. I kind of don't want to, like, you know, dip in the company too much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to date anybody who, if I never wanted to see him again, I couldn't. You know, so fighters I would have to see again forever. So I don't know. It would
First
have
time
to
I've
be,
ever heard that question at a press conference.
Yeah.
Are you dating anybody?
If it had to be a fighter, it would have to be, I don't know. They would have to try really hard.
It's a day of first.
Huh?
It's a day of first.
Day of first, that's right. Not a first today.
Is there anything to the feeling of being sort of like this women's rights icon, like it's almost like the social aspect of it, the social change aspect?
No, I kind of keep the same people around me that have been around me since the beginning. I took a lot of notes of all the friends that I lost when I quit judo, and those same people that were there with me then are still with me now, and you know, they're the ones that kind of keep me from turning into too much of an asshole. I hope. I don't know.
One of your really close friends won the gold medal, the first American gold medalist in the UFC. Have you spoken to her? Does she have any intentions of coming to MMA? Or?
Yeah, I was talking to Kayla on the drive over here. She's definitely going for another Olympics, but after this Olympics, she's already entertaining the idea of doing MMA, and I would love to help her out and be a resource for her. And you know, I love having, you know, girls already on standby, ready to take it over when I'm done. And you know, this is for the long term. This isn't just for right now, and I'm committed to this, and I'll do whatever I can to make sure that we have, you know, girls coming in a viable division to sustain over time.
What's the mindset for you? Like, you're the first UFC women's champion. They've been really, they've really been into promoting women's fights. And you came along and you're the first champion. Is that kind of like a path that they believe in the sport now because you're here?
What was the question? I was really wrong.
Sorry. So they've never really pushed women's sports, and Dana's kind of started becoming a fan of women's martial arts because of, you know, dominance in Strikeforce. Does that kind of put a feather in your cap creating this division because of you?
Oh, you mean, do I feel cool? That's your whole thing?
Basically.
All this stuff's happened, do you feel cool?
Right.
Yeah, I feel real cool right now, thank you.
Ronda, have you been able to keep any of your life to yourself, really? You're in demand so much, you've got a championship belt. How has things changed for you?
It's hard to keep things private and have privacy, but you know, I just have to be more wary of who I talk to and what I say. I need to know who I can trust and who are just around. So making that distinction about people who are trustworthy or not is the biggest change.
And when you walk down the street, you get recognized a lot these days?
It depends on where. Like if I'm in Vegas, it's all everywhere. If I'm at home, it's not so much. I went to Jamestown, North Dakota, where I grew up, and no one had a clue who I was. I thought it was actually pretty cool. And it's different where I'm at, and I like that it comes and goes. I like that it's not all the time.
You drove out here with Kayla Harrison. Did you say you drove out here with Kayla Harrison?
No. I drove out here with my friend Marina, who's actually on the junior world team with me and traveled all the stuff for judo. Who's just moving to LA, started training MMA, and we were driving a car over, and I was talking to Kayla on the phone.
What were you and Kayla talking about? I mean, you guys have something pretty strong in common. Were you talking about the possibility of her coming over at some point?
Yeah, she was mentioning about after the next Olympics, her thoughts about it. She's not 100%. She still has an Olympics to take care of first. That's her next priority, and just other things. I don't know. We just kind of bullshit about whatever, and. She kind of had a lot of changes come since she won the Olympic medal, and I've had a lot of changes come since, all this MMA stuff. So, a lot of times we just say oh, this sucks, oh, that sucks, you know what I mean? Just something to commiserate with sometimes.
If you were successful against Liz and you did end up fighting Cyborg, would drug testing be a concern to you?
Sorry, I didn't hear the second.
If you were successful against Liz and you ended up fighting Cyborg, would drug testing be a concern to you?
Not really. As long as she makes the weight, Like I said before, I don't care if she's sticking horse semen in her eyeballs. As long as she makes 135, I'm cool. I've been fighting the Olympics for a long time. The Olympics are supposed to be idealistic, but they're not. The U.S. is one of those countries that they go after their athletes to try and make sure that they catch them. And a lot of these other countries that I would fight with would actually just try and help their athletes to pass international testing. So I've always been used to being at a size and strength disadvantage. If you watch my Olympic videos, you notice I'm a head shorter than everybody else. It's just the way it is. And so as long as the weight is fine, then I feel like if she wants to make 135, then taking steroids would be just as much of a detriment as it helped her. And that's why I've been pushing for this all along. Drug testing isn't perfect, so I'm not going to rely on it.
Ronda, your comments on the Jim Rome show about sex got a lot of play. Were you surprised that it got as much the ripple effect that had?
Yeah, I was surprised because Conan asked a very similar question and I gave a very similar answer, and everyone was just like, "Cool." I didn't answer it so blatantly as kind of the Jim Rome show. But when I was on the Conan thing, everyone was like, "Pretend you're on a date with America, okay? Like, don't say anything too crazy. In other words, don't be yourself so much." And I'm like, "All right, fine." And then we're going Jim Rome, and they're like, "He's the Howard Stern of sports. Go nuts. Swear as much as you can." And I was like, "Yes, okay." So when he asked the same question, I answered it a little bit more emphatically. Is that emphatic? Is that a good word? I'm trying to use good words today. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, the British guy knows. He's got vocabulary. They invented the language. God damn.
Don't blame him, is he going? It's out of control already. It's out of control.
I'll let the women speak.
Nate's gonna win. Come on. That's why I'm here. I only found out about this the other day. I'm here for Nate. So Nate all day. All day, all night. That's all I do is chip for Nate.
Congratulations.
No problem.
Have you follow Cris off the stage over there?
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye.